I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert in footballs. I'm not an expert in football measurements.
I don't want anyone rubbing them, putting in the air in them, taking the air out. To me, those balls are perfect, and that's what I expect when I show up.
I can't hold on to football. It's so goddamn hard about holding on to it.
Introducing Mike Cash Collins and Scott Stagg Simpson as the Fantasy Millionaires.
Word life. The Fantasy Millionaires are in your area, in your AirPods, in your YouTube, in your Twitter, and it is finally time to start getting serious on this podcast about fantasy football. On this wonderful Monday night in July, tell me, my partner, Scott Stagg Simpsons, what's good? What's good?
Oh, man, I got to tell you, I've been fantasy footballing in these mean streets. Load these many days, Ralph, as they call you on the other mean streets of Twitter. I've been every single day. I've been best ball drafting. I've been waiting. I've been working out like Rocky going up against Drago, and my reps are sound. I think I've done over 75 best ball drafts. So I know my ins and outs. Now, best ball doesn't translate exactly one for one over to redraft. There is some variance, of course. There's also different strategies, but I understand the values and what I value in players. So, dude, I'm so excited to talk fantasy football. When we actually got on the conference call today, me, you, and my ego, we started talking fantasy football, and I just started getting so excited. It was the best. I'm so excited we're doing this. We're back. We're back, baby. Fantasy Millionaires are back. We're all fantasy all the time, not stopping until the Super Bowl. So welcome.
No more aliens, no more UFC, unless aliens land. I think then we do have to address that. But no more BS stuff. We're finally ready to dig in and start getting ready as preseason approaches, and just start getting our bearings. You know, figuring out how we're gonna approach the 2021 season. FYI. Right now, there is lightning striking in my neighborhood. So if Cash, Mike Cash, Ralph Macho Collins abruptly exits the stage left, just know we'll see you guys next Monday, because I haven't prepped well enough for the apocalypse where I can just flip on a Jenny and keep this thing rolling, you know. So I do rely on public utilities for my power. So we'll see how this thing goes. Yeah, I wish I had a couple Jennies in the garage that I could just, you know, roll back up on, but I don't. So if I have about 2 weeks worth of food, and if the apocalypse comes, I'm short.
Well, you know, you are short, because I am much closer to the rendezvous with our prepper pal than you. And I will definitely roadblock the hell out of you and beat you to that rendezvous and make sure that my family lives and your family doesn't. So, you know, that's how it goes.
Yeah, well, it is every man. In the apocalypse, it's every man for himself. I was kind of hoping, you know, we'd be on the same team and you're not going to try and murder my family. But,
right,
you know,
right. Oh, well, no, I'm not going to murder them. I'm just going to get them. I'm just going to get to the resources.
You're just not going to help. You're not helping my family.
Well, I mean, okay, fine. I'll help your family. I will. Let's make a blood covenant. I'll cut myself. You cut yourself. I've got some scissors. You know what I mean? We'll cut ourselves right now. Oh, okay. Blood covenant. I will not kill your family during the apocalypse. Promise.
Well, that's what's great, is that's probably our biggest weapons that me and you have is scissors. So I don't think we're going to make it very far.
No, I have an axe. I have a couple axes, though. They might call me the Axe Man, you know, after a while. I don't know. Just a thought, something to think about. If you come near my area, I've got some axes. So
you've got axes, yeah. I don't think I have any axes. I think the best thing I have in this house to fight zombies or just robbers is kitchen knives. That's probably the best thing I have. So,
but here's a question: are you between your kitchen knives and the robbers, or are they probably between you and the kitchen knives right now? Like, just let's say the robbers broke in right now, what would happen?
if the robbers broke in right now, they're gonna. I mean, my office is locked. So, again, I'd have to end the podcast, or you could hear it. I would do my best. Yeah, I would go out there and try and use my white belt jujitsu on them, and probably take a big L. That's probably what would happen.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to be at the rendezvous point, so I can't help you, man. I'm sorry. I've got it all mapped out. It's Schitt's Creek away from my house, and I'm going to be living survival style in the backwoods, given all the fantasy data that people need still, though. Don't worry. I'll be giving you that fantasy content that you need, your memes, your GIFs, your fantasy updates every day from the apocalypse. You can count on it. NimbleWnumbers.com. Yeah, that's where it's at, folks. Yeah.
But you don't have any cigarettes, so.
I you know what? I don't have any cigarettes. I have hot sauce though. I got Bose hot sauce out the ass. So that is what I'll be trading with people. Give me your gold. I'll give you some Bose. I think it works. I think it's sound.
I would definitely barter for some Bose. That would be. I'd use that like on Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. On the deer. That would make the deer taste bomb.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or your fallen enemies, the souls of the people that you've crushed. Either way, whatever. Bose tastes good on any.
You're eating humans? Are you gonna start eating humans?
Well, I mean, only the selective few.
They're supposed to be horrible tasting.
I mean, listen. I already know that I'm gonna be eaten. Like when I used to watch Hannibal on.
Oh yeah, you look juicy, bro. I'm sorry.
I
Put you over a spit.
I'd be roasted, hog-tied. I mean, fat dripping from my tits. Yeah,
man.
Would love me.
Put some Bose on you.
Oh man, I just that might be how I have to go out. Just give the people the last meal they deserve. All the food I've eaten over the year. I'm a truffle. I'm a truffle pig. You know what I mean? Like, come get me. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, hopefully it doesn't end up that way. And instead, this fall, we're just talking about fantasy football and not the downfall of the hammer on us all. So.
Right. Yeah. 2021 is much brighter than 2020. So
yeah.
Me and you were this close to. We kept saying when are you going to get a gun?
Right. We had a gun pack. Pull back the curtain. If he got
a gun, get a gun without me. Yeah. If you get a gun, I'm getting a gun.
Yeah, we both, and we don't have guns yet. We're still gun free.
No.
Which is good. Means that society hasn't turned over. We went to Austin a couple weeks ago. We talked about it on the show, and you know what? Society is alive and well there. Society is alive and well lots of other places. So we're gonna hold off on ending it all, and let's see if we can get a nice 2021 fantasy football season out of this. I mean, let's just ride it hot. Let's go to the end.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, I do have to say I've done some negligence for my. And we would be remiss if we didn't stop real quick and just mention Underdog Fantasy. We love Underdog Fantasy. I think I just sent you some cash from Underdog. They're keeping us flossy and glossy and shiny this summer. It's the hot best ball summer. You got to get in on it, folks. Right now, if you go to Underdog and you put in, I don't know, $10, just a deposit, first-time depositors, they're going to give you $25 of credit you can put towards the Best Ball Mania 2, which is $1 million winner gets $1 million for this tournament. Or you can go into the puppy, which I love. The puppy's just something a little cuter. It's $50,000 to the winner, $5 entry. I'm all about it. I love it. Use code NIMBLE when you do jump in there. Let them know that Scott and Mike and Bo sent you. We're a triumvirate of Underdog. We love Underdog. We're there every day in the streets. So the puppy, Best Ball Mania 2 is underway as well. And they got pick'ems, rival stuff. All of us want to play every day. So please.
Yeah. But let me pump. I want to pump it because I think that as a new user of Underdog, their product is fantastic. If you like DraftKings, if you like playing fantasy football, you are going to like Underdog. It's It's the same thing, but it's its own little unique version of it. And again, they're giving you free money, and with all the different things that you can do on there. I mean, number one, if you put $10 in, like you said, and they give you what, $25?
25 free bucks.
You got $35 to start doing the best balls with the Fantasy Millionaires. We're doing them all the time. Okay. You want to do a best ball, holler at your boys. We will help get a best ball going. We'll do it with you right away. When you could just do little $5 games. They're so fun.
Yeah.
You know,
or $3. You could do a $5, a $3. Is that a lightning strike in your house? Is that what that little thing was right there?
I'm telling you, it's on. Yeah,
I can tell.
It's on right now. Dude, I'm sorry. I just read an article about lightning strikes. I just want to say this. Did you hear that like 60 people in India died of lightning strikes yesterday or something like that?
No, I did not. I just saw that video of the guy at Top Golf who hit the golf ball, and the lightning struck the golf ball when he hit it.
What?
Go, oh yeah, it's huge. It's all over. I'll have to find it during one of our fake commercial breaks we don't have. And I mean, literally, guys golfing. There's a huge storm out there. You can see it. And then there's just a big boom. Guy hits one out, and lightning comes down, catches it mid-air in the middle of this thing. And those kids are there. They're going crazy. They're so hyped. Like it's the greatest thing. Like they saw God himself. So I'll see if I can produce that up in a heartbeat. Here, see if I can find that. Jamie it, as Joe Rogan's guy would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a Jamie.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. So tonight's show is we are actually going to start talking real fantasy football. The Fantasy Millionaires. This is going to be the first season that we actually do put together a draft cheat sheet that we will be selling for, I don't know, $1 or $2, depending on what we haven't made up our mind yet.
We're going back and forth. I'm saying $1 million we sell to one person, just one whale. Hey, listen, if you're a whale and you want to make more whale money, $1 million is the price of our cheat sheet for you. Everybody else, it'll be like $1. So if you're a whale, $1 million. If you're a little guy, a couple bucks here and there. Just get it to mock us. Seriously, just buy it, and then you can roast us and make fun of us. Like Chris Sims should be done every day to every one of his takes. Yeah. So last year we started, I believe in August, running through the first round and giving our ranks. So we're not actually going to do that on tonight's show because you've got to buy the cheat sheet to know the Fantasy Millionaires official consensus on what we think you should be doing in redraft this year. So tonight's show is mainly about the first round and just our thoughts, kind of what we're thinking, and a little Scott Fish talk as well. Right. But I was going to do this. I was going to frame this by saying what I'm looking at is at the ADP of these players as we go through. We're going to go through. I'm going to pull up right now. I have it ready to roll. I'm trying to produce better these days. So, we're working with a skeleton crew here, mostly me, and that's not the best. So, all right, here we go. We got Fantasy Pros rankings up here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go from number 1 until number 12. And this is for PPR. I want to give you guys a clarity. We don't play anything non-PPR. If you're not PPRing it, I mean, I do half point PPR, but if you don't have PPR, if you're traditional, I'm sorry, I need a little bit of juice, a little bit of action. So this is PPR, full PPR. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of go in, talk about each player, what we like, what we don't, and then at the end we're going to say in or out on that ADP. So for example, we'll start with Christian McCaffrey, CMC, universal number 1, kind of not even a debate. I haven't seen him going number 2 really in any of the drafts I've been in. It's always CMC number 1. What do you think about that, Mike? Consensus last year, consensus this year, rubber stamp, or are you fading him at number 1? I'm not going to fade him, man. I just don't see why he's not going to be Christian McCaffrey yet again. I really don't. The shoulder injury
that he sustained last year, I've had it. I know what it is. And he's had months and months and months. Plus, in the NFL, first of all, these men are all X-Men. So they're in their 20s. They heal faster than an old man like me. And then second of all, they probably give them chemicals to heal them up a little bit faster. So I don't see what happened to him last year, and that's why he's the consensus number one. I mean, in terms of what he's done in PPR, the second best fantasy season of all time 2 years ago, and the year before, he's I think in the top 15 for PPR. So
as a rookie.
In our league, the BFFs, our main home league of record, we throw in a little extra spice for lots of different things. So if you just did a standard PPR with kind of standard scoring, he scored, I think, 467 points, average 29 points a game. In our league, because we throw in a little extra, sugar on the recipe, he tops 500. He had 530 points. That's ridiculous. Here's what I'll say, though. I don't like this Sam Darnold situation for that whole offense.
Wow, I like this. This is new. I've not heard this. Talk to me.
Well, I mean, it's Sam Darnold.
You're not buying Adam Gase, re-energized, back into reality. The Tannehill bump, the Devontae Parker bump. His wife. No, I'm kidding. His wife didn't leave him, but she will when she rebounds. No.
I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what are your thoughts on a Sam Darnold? I mean,
I think
they are what they thought we were.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, not great. Neither is Teddy Bridgewater. They're both not great. I think Sam Darnold's a little less not great, so kind of an upgrade to Teddy. But I will say this. I don't know what it's going to look like in this offense. Last year, when CMC played, he had 5 touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns in 3 games, 5 touchdowns. So it looks like Matt Rule is smart enough to understand he does need to get the ball to him. And so Sam Darnold, I would think, would get the ball to him a lot as well. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. I don't hate Sam Darnold necessarily as much as the next guy does. But it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know if he's better than Teddy Bridgewater. I honestly don't. I mean, but here's the thing: you saw what Christian McCaffrey was with Kyle Allen, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. It doesn't. It's sticks and stones at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's number one. He's the number one guy. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Okay, I missed the one receiving as well. So both said, here it is, 6 touchdowns. So 6 touchdowns in 3 games. I think it's a slam dunk for me. And this is what we have to understand: the PPR aspect alone, it gets him into the top RB1 conversation, and I'm counting the rushing yards and stuff that he gets. He's getting in the 3 games that he was in. He had 20 targets, basically, had 19 targets. He had 17 receptions. That's awesome. You want that. And at the RB position, you're not getting everybody doing that. You don't seem to understand that Saquon a couple years ago getting 120 plus targets, CMC getting 100. This is not normal. This is a cheat code. If you can get a RB who's going to get over 100 targets, grab him. And last year, J.D. McKissick won people a little bit of money, I'm sure, if they picked him up because he was the top PPR targeted back. He didn't score the most points overall, but he did get the most receptions, the most targets out of a running back. Didn't see that one coming for sure.
Yeah. Did he had 110 and Kamara had 107. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, McKissick. Woo. Yeah, he had the second most receiving yards too.
I know. Yeah. McKissick could. And so really the power of the PPR reception for the running back is unheralded. And when I looked at Christian McCaffrey, I did a big rookie deep dive this summer. I was working, folks. You check out my work over the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I did a rookie wide receivers article, a rookie running backs article. In the rookie running backs article, I looked at historical rookie data from all of the rookies that have come in from 2015 until 2020. So 6 years of data, all the heavy hitters we got now. And Christian McCaffrey, as a rookie, he didn't get many touches in the backfield. He was sustained as a PPR back. The only reason he was up there was all of his catches. I think he had 90-plus catches that first year. Ridiculous. That is the cheat code. So I'm not going to sway from Christian McCaffrey at all as the number one. That's my guy. I'm going to stick with him. And you know what? I don't even care. I'm not going to get him. No, I'm never going to get number one anyway in our league. I might get number two, though. And number two is Dalvin Cook. So, we've already got a change from last year. Cook was not number two. I think Kamara was number two or Zeke was number two. So Cook is up there number two. Henry number three, Kamara number four, Barkley number five. Let's stop there. In that top five, we'll talk about Cook. Are you in or out at number two for Cook?
I'm out. But I understand it. It's interesting. He sort of seems like he was kind of there was like a battle between Kamara, Henry, and Cook over the last few months with ADP, and he's emerged as the clear-cut two. There's no reason to think he doesn't have another phenomenal season. Here's what I want. Here's what I want when I'm using that amount of draft capital and he qualifies. I want a bell cow back that isn't dealing with the two back system and does well in PPR format. He Dalvin Cook fits the mold. So I understand it. I guess I don't know if I'm. Let me put it to you this way. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not. I don't think it makes sense that he's number two. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Give me some thoughts on it. I want to hear my partner tonight is brainstorming for the draft sheet that we're creating. So I want to hear your thoughts on Sir Alvin.
I like Sir Alvin. His injury history does concern me a little bit. It moved me off of him last year, but he performed well. He missed a few games, but he did not get that season-long injury that he has had previously, or get knocked out of mini contests, which is good. I have a little problem here, and this is where I'm gonna flip the script a little bit or switch or whatever it is. I really still like Derrick Henry.
Why?
And here's my issue with him. He had 378 carries last year, almost 400 touches when you count the pass receptions he had. And he had like around 20 receptions. So he is just getting workhorse used. But then you look at him and I mean, he can handle it, and he has not broken down. He has not gotten hurt. And so I think for me, waiting around for Derrick Henry to break down is not the way that I want to draft. That's not the thinking I want to have when I go into my drafts. I don't want to go, well, Derrick Henry could break down and Dalvin Cook, he was hurt. Yeah, I want to go, what is this guy going to do when he gets the ball? How many times are they giving him the ball? What does his outlook look like? And except for the PPR points, which he really doesn't get, Derrick Henry, it checks all the boxes. He's the bell cow, like you said. He's unstoppable come the fourth quarter and come later in the season when guys are just tired and they're not really playing for anything. And you saw it last year. He was one of the top three backs going down the stretch, and that's when you want your back to be at its best. And so I think for me, I would put Derrick Henry above Dalvin Cook if I'm drafting right now today. But I think also I would have Alvin Kamara above Dalvin Cook as well. And I like Alvin Kamara. I think people are afraid of Alvin Kamara this year, but I think I have him right around that 3-4 spot. And right now for me, he doesn't have the injury history, and I don't think that the situation with their quarterback is going to make him any less effective. I know people go, well, Drew Brees is the guy to check down. You know what? Jameis can check down too. So can Taysom. They can check down. They'll be able to check down, and they'll also be able to design plays for Alvin as well. I'm not worried about him. I know that people are, but I'm not. So, what do you think about that whole group right there, and Saquon in there too? I think that's the
so Saquon to me. I don't want. We'll circle back to Derrick Henry because he might be my favorite person in the NFL. I love him. Yeah. I'm in love with him. I would if I could shake his hand, if I could help him move, I would do anything for that guy. I love him.
Renting a truck for him.
Yeah, whatever he needed, man. You know,
for it, Derek. I'll sign for it. Don't worry, I'll get the insurance.
Right. Yep. Whatever he needed, I would do. He to me, he is. He should be on the helmets. I mean, like he should be on the logo. He's like the ultimate person in the NFL to me. But so Saquon, he was number 2. He really kind of. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with what Fantasy Pros was, so I don't know how much this has shifted. But just doing all the best ball drafts. It was McCaffrey, Saquon.
Yep.
Month and a half ago. And now Saquon's all the way down there at number 5 for the rankings for the backs. I gotta say, man, I'm a big Saquon guy, so I don't think that what happened to him last year with the ACL is going to hinder him whatsoever this year. So who's a better running back? I mean, really, I mean, the 3 best running backs in the NFL are McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, and Saquon Barkley, in my opinion. And I think Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara right there too. I mean, it's hard to leave out Alvin Kamara because his squid-like movements. But he's not your typical running back, and he's also been playing with Drew Brees. It's interesting, man. Vegas. I think the Vegas win total for the Saints is like 10. If I remember, the Saints are 9.5. So Vegas has them doing okay with whatever combination of quarterbacks. Jameis leading that offense. It's tough. I just think, really, any of those guys, you're pretty safe. I just think with Saquon, the upside. I mean, you saw in 2018 what he was capable of, and to me, he's ready to go. And I again, it's a Daniel Jones led offense, another quarterback that it's not, it's not ideal, right? It's not ideal, but the upgrades that they've added to the offense with Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney. I just think, I think that offense is gonna be better than it's ever been. I think Daniel Jones will do probably better than he's ever done. So, and again, you want to talk about a bell cow? I mean, who does Saquon have to worry about? Devontae Booker.
Who?
That's his backup. Yeah. Devontae Booker. So
no one's worrying about Saquon Barkley's backup. I think everyone's just worrying about his comeback and making sure that, and that's the only thing I can think about him dropping is, and I don't understand it either because we're part of the same milieu on Twitter, on Fantasy Football Twitter. There's no story that came out. There's nothing that happened. There's no coordinator coming out and going, we're going to split the ball around to all the wide receivers this year. We're going to pass it around. Nothing like that. No coach speak, no bullshit. And to see him drop 4 spots, it is surprising. I will say this. If he is fully healthy this year, I think he challenges Christian McCaffrey for that number 1 spot. I think he's got the best chance out of anybody else to do it. I don't know if he stays healthy the whole year, and I don't think it's because of that injury. I do think it's because of this is what I saw last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just stating my opinion, and you can correct me in this. I saw somebody in the games he was in who was really trying hard, and everyone tries hard. But you know how Le'Veon Bell, when he was trying hard, he didn't seem like he was really trying hard. You know what I mean? He was just like letting the game come to him. Saquon looked last year, even on the play before he got hurt, he's just trying so hard.
That's the part that makes me worried about him.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great thing about him as a football player. But Jim Brown had the best mindset as a running back ever. It is that you kind of went the same every time. Yeah, and you got hit. You stayed down. You laid there. You didn't pop up. You laid there, and then you just got up nice and slow. You didn't give too much when you didn't need to give. And I think Saquon gives too much of himself. I think that he has always felt this need to carry the team. The team is sucky. They're losing. And he puts it on himself, and he tries really hard, which I love, which is what you want. But in a running back, you need to be able to try every play. Trying super duper hard on 1 or 2 plays is going to get you fucked up. That's what's going to happen. Right. And it did, and you saw it, and watching it, it was like a fighter getting knocked out. You were like, no, I knew it. Don't do that. And so it's not his fault that he tries too hard. His offensive line sucked last year. It put him in positions where he was behind the ball. He's trying to get something out of nothing. It's not his fault at all. That's the only thing I worry about. And Joe Judge, I have no confidence in him as a play caller. He's not. Jason Garrett's calling the plays, but as somebody hired Jason Garrett. I'm a Washington football mark growing up. We've seen Jason Garrett in the Cowboys, as a coordinator, as a head coach. He's terrible. He's terrible. So that's my concern is Saquon overextending himself of a bad back-end offensive coordinator and a shitty quarterback and a not great coach. So, but besides that, he could run away with it. He really could. But those things just give me pause, honestly.
All right, let's circle back to Derrick Henry because I thought that this was pretty interesting. So try and guess the top 5 offenses last year.
Are we talking total yards?
Total points per game.
I'm going to say the Packers.
Good, first.
I'm going to say the Cowboys. Are they in there?
No.
No. Okay.
No. They would have been if Dak hadn't got injured. They were on pace.
Let me think. Who else? The Chiefs possibly.
They're 6th.
They're 6th. The Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay is 2.
Is 2.
Tampa is 2.
Seattle, are they in there?
Nope. They're 7.
They're 7.
Think about who was just a monster. Who won every
Tennessee.
Tennessee is 4. And then Buffalo is 3. Buffalo is 3. Okay. And then Tennessee is 4. So Tennessee is 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tennessee is
Jones.
What's it? Right. Dude, how do you deal with that offense? How do you deal? You don't have Corey Davis as your 2. You have 2 1As.
Yeah.
They're both 1As. Julio Jones is a problem. He is a major, major problem. And you can't play any type of offense that favors either side of the field. You don't think that's going to open things up for Derrick Henry?
Right.
How is that not going to open things up for him? Yeah. He's going to be a monster. And if anything, if Julio Jones, now he's got a completely different quarterback, but just if we're going off of the law of statistics, he's going to catch the ball at the 7 and get tackled at the 2, and guess who's going to get the touchdown? Derrick Henry.
Yeah. No, I like it, and I hope that Derrick Henry falls to me if I'm later in the rounds, because I'll definitely scoop him anytime after 2. I mean, like, seriously, from 2 on, Derrick Henry, it's somebody who I'm gunning and running for. Very, very good. All right, let's pause for a second. There's definitely a clean break in my mind between Saquon and then Jonathan Taylor, Zeke, Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler. Those are the running backs that are left.
So go back to your rankings, because that you have it in a different mode. Go to, like, this is their. If you just go back, get off running backs. Go to like the draft.
I'm on the draft rankings right now.
Okay, so this is ADP.
This is ADP for PPR right now for over.
Okay.
So yeah. So Jonathan Taylor 6th, Ezekiel Elliott 7th, Travis Kelce 8th, Nick Chubb 9th, Tyreek Hill 10th, Austin Eckler 11th, and Devontae Adams rounds out the top 12 at 12. So did you? And here's the thing: I wanted to do a little Jonathan Taylor, Ezekiel Elliott, Nick Chubb, and then Austin Eckler, those 4, and ask you where you would rank them right now out of those 4. Who are you going to be gunning for? Are you a Taylor guy? Are you Zeke? Are you Chubb? I'm a Chubb man myself. Or Eckler. I actually love Eckler and Chubb both.
Yep, me too. The Fantasy Millionaires are simpatico. It's
shit.
Yeah. It's a tough call between. Okay. If I'm gonna put top 4 running backs in the NFL, I'm gonna put Nick Chubb, right? Just as a running back, as talent.
Yeah.
If I honestly, if I had to rank it, it used to be Saquon. I'm going to put Derrick Henry as the greatest running back in the National Football League. Then I'm going to put Christian McCaffrey, and then I'm going to put Saquon Barkley, and then I'm going to put Nick Chubb in terms of talent. And I honestly think Saquon has the highest ceiling. I always downgrade poor white McCaffrey. I don't know. He doesn't dazzle me as much as those other guys. Like, I don't get as awed, but he sure is a perfect player. So he's got to be in your top 1, 2, 3 for sure. Okay. I just think Saquon, his ability is ridiculous. Derrick Henry is Paul Bunyan. I think Nick Chubb is 4. I think Nick Chubb is 4 in terms of what he is, strength, speed, vision. It's just he's got Kareem Hunt there.
Right.
I remember when I played like Pee Wee and stuff. They would I was the starting running back, and I would get the team all the way down the field, and then they'd get to the goal line, and the coach would put his son in to run the touchdown. That's like Kareem Hunt. Like Stefanski, he as soon as they get down there, like, all right, let's put in Kareem Hunt. So I'm gonna go.
Can I tell you one issue I do have with him, by the way? His yards per carry at 5.6 are ridiculous. I know he was injured for 4 games. He missed a month.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you were to add in those carries, he's only getting 250 carries, whereas Derrick Henry is getting 140 more carries. 100. Just so many more carries. So I'm not saying I don't love Nick Chubb. I do love Nick Chubb. I would love him a lot more, like you said, if they didn't take him out the goal line and put Kareem Hunt in, and then also if they gave him more like 15 to 20 touches and attempts every game instead of like 11, 12, 15, 4, 6, 10. Those are when he sucks. When he gets 10 or 4 or 6 or 11, he doesn't do anything. I mean, even in these games he got a touchdown, but he doesn't wow you, And so that's kind of my Chubb issue. It's almost like you said, he's limited by Stefanski, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, So Derrick Henry, he had an absurd amount of carries last year. I mean, 300 is what you want out of your back. So he was injured. I don't think he was too far off a pace for that. And again, he's going to just have a better season. So I anticipate him, them giving him the ball because he's doing so well. But Kareem Hunt's a beast too. So that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to decide between Austin Eckler and Chubb.
I have Eckler ahead. I'm going to go.
I think I'm going to go Eckler ahead too, just because he's such a great pass catching back. So I'm going to go Eckler Chubb as well. That's probably how I would do it. And then I think with Taylor and Zeke, it's pretty interesting, man. Again, Zeke's kind of like McCaffrey to me, where he just doesn't make my eyeballs pop, but he, and what he is in fantasy football, he's a beast, and he's gonna be a beast. I think they're kind of in similar situations, though. Jonathan Taylor, I don't know. I mean, I've just got last year to go on. Maybe he's the 5th best running back in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, the guy,
he might be.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, just in terms of talent, in terms of physical skill set. But that offense, everyone is, to me, too high on Jonathan Taylor because you have Nyheim Hines and Marlon Mack, and I don't see why they're not all he's the lowest for me. So I would go Eckler, Chubb, just by a nose, and Eckler first, Chubb, and then Zeke. And I think Zeke's pretty interesting. I'm actually coming up on him the more I think about it and look at that offense and just what he is statistically as a running back. I do think Tony Pollard factors into that offense. And here's the thing about Mike McCarthy. If you go back and look at Jamal Williams and Aaron Jones, he's down with like, I think Zeke's bell cow days are over. I honestly do. I think Pollard factors in more this season than he did last season. And I would say this because of Zeke's contract, I would probably do the same thing if I was the head coach. He's about halfway through a Hall of Fame career. And I think McCarthy plus Pollard, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a different year for Zeke than it's ever been. But I still think, like, you go back and look at that year, I think it was 2017 with the Saints, where I had Ingram and Kamara on the same team, and I started them both. Like,
if you won the championship, you son of
yeah, you would get points out of them. I don't think Pollard's going to have an Ingram type season, but I'm just saying that Zeke will still have a great season, but it's going to be interesting. How does he deal with not getting touches in his belly like he usually does?
Well, I mean, last year you saw it. And I think we saw it pretty clearly. The impact of COVID on Zeke was tangible, and he was unable to ever kind of regain that eliteness and that sharpness that he once possessed. And so, I'm not saying he doesn't have it again. He might have it again. But that was disconcerting. Watching what happened to him, watching what happened to Cam, a couple other players who were hit with the COVID. And, I'm sorry that we have to know about all this stuff, that we actually know what happened. Medical stuff's out there, but it really did seem like it hampered him in the beginning. So I want to see how he does coming back off of that. I think I have him ranked ahead of Jonathan Taylor. I think for me, I'm going to come back out of this with Austin Eckler, Zeke, Chubb, and then Jonathan Taylor. But that's just me. Let's pivot real quick because we've got one tight end here, and we've got two wide receivers in Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams. Let's talk about Travis Kelce at number 8. He's been there, in best ball. He's been there for PPR kind of all summer, just in the first round. That's not normal, by the way. We haven't had a first round tight end just kind of jump in the mid rounds for a while. I remember when Gronk was being drafted at the end of or beginning of round 2, and I was hemming and hawing back in the 69s. I don't know, 1969, I think that was happening. But what do you think about Travis Kelce? Is he worth it? Is he going to get 111 catches, 114 catches this year, 1,400 yards? Is that going to happen?
Yeah.
I love
it is.
Analysis. Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah. Yes. He's worth the draft capital. As long as that guy doesn't get injured, he's played since 2014 in at least 15 games every year. So he doesn't get injured. He understands the Jim Brown kung fu game, and he knows how to get down, and he's not like Gronk. Like Saquon and Gronk have that similar thing where they're just like, they're a little crack. Travis Kelce is not. And I think that was the best season ever by a tight end last year. 105, 1,400 yards, 11 TDs. Yeah. I don't think anyone's ever done anything like that. I mean, it was ridiculous. And then, you have the added element as a fantasy chess player that filling your tight end with a wide receiver 1. Why not?
Right.
Why not? I'm drafting him in the first round. I've been drafting him in the first round in best ball so far this season. When he's there at the end of the first round, I grab me some Travis Kelce. So I'm down with him being this high. What's crazy is him and Tyreek Hill on the same team.
Right.
Are both and they're both worth it. And we saw the way the offense works last year. One of them has an amazing game, the other one has a good game, and that's how it goes. So if you have, either one, you're good because they're just going to flip flop back and forth between a good game and a great game.
Yeah, and if you happen to play against either one of them, you're probably going to lose that week. And I did twice last year to the guy who had actually, I think I won the second game because he forgot to start Mahomes in the second game. The first game I lost. First game of the season, him and Tyreek Hill paired up for a couple of touchdowns, and that sunk my battleship right away. So if you have either one of those stacked with Mahomes, you are a very formidable opponent if you manage your team correctly the rest of the season. So if you're considering stacking this year, there's not a better stack than getting one of those players and then Pat Mahomes in the third or fourth round too. So I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if you're into stacking, and you're in the opposite of being into edging, stacking is a difference of edging. If the pendulum swings back between edging and stacking, you get your money's worth a lot of times. Edging, you don't. So stack, yes. Edge, no.
Yeah. I'm all about stacks. Stacks.
I mean, I'm looking at Travis Kelce too. What's incredible is his number of receptions per game. You've got 9, 8, 8, 10, 8, 8, 8. It's like that. You're not going to be able to. That's 8 points right there from your tight end. That's a good week for most tight ends. You get 10 points or so. That's just the receptions. It doesn't count the TDs or the yards. Last year, Travis Kelce was a cheat code in DFS. If you're playing him, they were pricing him up at $8,000. That's great. but you should be pricing those wide receiver ones more at 9,000. So even there, he was not appropriately priced. And so he's a value across the board. I've not gotten a lot of him because he's getting swiped up, and I don't really ever get 6, 7, or 8. I always get like 1, 2, or 11 and 12 because God hates me. But whatever. I'm hoping to get some Kelsey this year for sure.
You'll never win in the BFFs.
I never. God's out for me. If you don't know, I'm cursed. It's fine. I don't care. Last year,
You care.
I do. I care so much, so much. Okay, so here's something I'm going to ask you because we're edging our time here. What do you think about Devontae Adams? Do you think this is just people looking at the contract, or people?
Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to play for the Packers? I don't. I'm done on that. Do you think he is?
I think he does. I think he
You
does.
do?
I do think he does. But I still don't think he's going to do what he did last year with Devontae Adams. I think that was particularly what he wanted to do last year. I don't think he wants to do that this year. I think he wants to grow his hair out and hang out with Miles Teller. So I don't know. Devontae Adams, to me, they made a huge commitment to him with his new contract, but I don't know if he's going to be getting 17 touchdowns. That's historic right there for Devontae Adams. That's not normal. So I actually would I think rather have this year Stephon Diggs than Devontae.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
100%. I can't believe he's down there at 14. Give me Stephon Diggs all day, dude. I don't want to preview too much for the Fantasy Millionaires cheat sheet, but right. I'm a Diggs. I'm all about Stephon Diggs. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, what's Devontae Adams is he could play with Sam Darnold and he would be a beast.
Yeah.
Put him on the same team as Daniel Jones, he would be a beast. Okay. But that's essentially what we're talking about. I don't know. I mean, we have no idea what that offense is going to look like without Aaron Rodgers. That ranking is based on Aaron Rodgers returning. Right. So what is he ranked if there's no Aaron Rodgers? 3rd round?
Yeah, I would say that. I'm not going to draft him before Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is in the 3rd round. I want Michael Thomas. I want Terry McLaurin. I want Justin Jefferson. I want Ray Hopkins. I want DK
AJ Brown.
Maybe even Allen Robinson too. So, but yeah. No, I think it's crazy right now what Aaron Rodgers is doing. I think eventually he comes back, but.
How's he going to come back? We've talked about this, and we've kind of gone back and forth. I used to think he was going to come back.
Yeah.
And I think you thought he wasn't. So we flip-flopped.
I think he's just playing so coy. I'm watching him do stuff with Tom Brady and his videos, and they're talking about it. And I think he just likes this. This is fun for him to nonchalantly wield his power, because I think inside, he's mortified. And so I think it's great.
Mortified? That's what's happening? It's all the inner child, the fear of the inner child. What's happening?
I think it's
Jack, tell me.
Yeah, I think that if he really didn't care, he would have already made his decision and he would already said, I'm out. I'm done. Who cares? And he just would have walked away. I think the fact that he hasn't done it completely shows to me that he's not decisive in this. And so maybe he is just waiting to do it at the last second as a vitriolic spike on the Packers. I just think he's classier than that. And so I just don't think he wants to be hated by.
Doesn't he not talk to his mom though? You think he's classy? I don't think he talks with his mom and dad and his brother.
But from what I heard,
classy guy.
What I heard is it's really just their fault because because Aaron, he's the best, and they want him to be regular Aaron, like hang out and play scrap.
Come to Thanksgiving.
No, he's gonna be doing stuff with Danica Patrick and making funny commercials with the Allstate guy or whatever. So I'm hopeful. I'll tell you why I'm mostly hopeful. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll peel back the curtain here. I drafted this guy.
That's exactly what it is. You got him in a bunch of different leagues, and you're biased based on your drafts.
I'm biased, so I'll pull up my Scott Fish Bowl draft right now, and I will reveal the animus against him retiring is fully based on me drafting him in the second round, which I do have. I have Dak as my first quarterback, my QB1, and then I took Aaron Rodgers as a QB2. Here's what I'm thinking. It's a leverage point. It really is. It's a value leverage point. If he does play, he's not QB8. He's better than that. If he doesn't play, I'm screwed. So, who cares? It doesn't matter.
You better draft somebody. You better get yourself some.
The only person left is Drew Lock. He's the only character around. Right. I'm not even going to. And here's the deal, though. This is the thing that's crazy. In this Scott Fish format, it is -4 points for an interception, -6 points for an interception return for a touchdown. It's almost better to not have a super flex if your super flex quarterback is shitty. So I'm ride or dying with Dak and A-Raj, and I'm hoping that they can bring me in. I've done a little bit of a stack attack here. I've got Dak with Cooper, Amari Cooper, and with his tight end, Blake Jarwin. And then I've stacked Aaron Rodgers with Aaron Jones. And then later, don't tell anybody, I'm going to get Amari Rodgers, the new wide receiver out of Clemson that they drafted. So I'm trying to do a little stack attacks here as stacks. I also stacked Cooper Kupp and Amari Cooper, if that counts for anything. And then I have Rondale Moore and Elijah Moore. So I got Moores, I got Coopers, Higbees and Judys. I'm hoping to.
And you could have a Jerry Jeudy, Aaron Rodgers connection, because that's I think if he plays for the Broncos. That's what I think. I think that's what's happening. That's why it could. I like the narrative that you're spitting here, homeboy. I like it. I would love to see him return to the Packers. I would. I love Aaron Rodgers through gritted teeth. I think he's bit of an a-hole, but when you watch a savant, I was rooting for them last year. I lost money to Tampa Bay. I did not expect that. I think Aaron Rodgers is ridiculous. And because the Chiefs were so dinged up, they would have won the Super Bowl. If they had gotten to the Super Bowl, they would have won the Super Bowl. And would have had 2 rings. I think that would have been cool. I think his best shot to win another Super Bowl is with the Packers. Although I will say, except for the fact that Patrick Mahomes is in that division, I think the Broncos really are. It's like they have everything.
They're loaded. They're loaded for bear.
Their defense is ridiculous, and they have everything that you need in skill positions on offense.
Yes, they do.
He would come in and just be a monster, and then Jerry Jeudy. Woo-hoo.
I'm hopeful. That's actually what I want to have happen. But in that scenario, it boosts Aaron Jones's value as well, because they have to lean on Aaron Jones more than they do Aaron Rodgers now. So actually, that's why I drafted Jeudy. That's why I drafted Aaron Rodgers. Hopeful that does come to fruition. We'll see. It might not. I got to say, though, this Scott Fish has been a little different, but I got to shout out my guy, Bo McBigtime, Bo_McBigtime over there. He is the author, creator, authenticator of the Hotbox brand hot sauce. Go to bigtimeflavorco.com. Get yourself your delicious bundle. I just got myself some, get your Smoke Shack, get your Taco Cezanne, get That's Clucking Hot, get the whole bundle, right? He helped me out with a few of these picks. I appreciate him. And then my man, you got to say his name, Mr. Denny Carter also, and my friend, Mr. Mike Collins. So a little triumvirate of Scott Fish support this year. I appreciate it very much. And I think it makes a good transition, because we're going to jump into 3 tweets. And guess who I have for 3 tweets? You'll never guess.
Oh, Dan Carter.
Yeah. And I had to, because it's a callback to an old one that we've done on the show. He has a tweet where he talks about how, and he quotes it here. So I'm gonna do it. He says, "It's happening again," and he's got my man AJ Brown here, and he says, AJ Brown says, "Pray for your enemies." Right?
So true, man.
This was today. This was effing today, AJ Brown just randomly, he's thinking about one of his enemies right now too. He's definitely subtweeting him. Pray for your enemies. And then Denny's old tweet is, and this is from 2017, so 4 years ago. He has typical QB tweet: love my teammates, God is good. RB tweet, keep grinding. Tight end tweet, derp. And then wide receiver tweet, the enemy speaks kindly and holds a knife. And so he nailed it again. This is just, years after years, and particularly with AJ Brown, who is his go-to for all.
Oh yeah, he fits the template.
Oh man, yeah, just can't seem to get right when he saying things. Praying for your enemies, I love it. So that's more an homage to the show, to Denny, to AJ, to the whole kit and caboodle. I think it's hilarious. So there we go.
Okay.
How about you?
I sent you mine. Give me a second. I've got to set it up. Do you have it?
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, you got to find it. You want me to resend it?
No. I'm. You just see my computer not working here as I'm scrolling. So you guys can watch my.
Have you got all? There we go. There's Ralph Macho.
I've got a lot. Right. This one here.
Now, pause it. Don't play it. I want to set it up because for people listening and not watching, it's not going to be as funny. So I've got to do a good job setting it up.
Okay.
So I don't know how I found this guy. I'm a master at finding things on Twitter that are the best things to find. So this is a great musician. This guy he's literally, he makes the best stuff. Okay. This is him finding conversations that are on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And this is the actual conversation between two people. And he makes a song out of it. Okay. And he makes beautiful music and it's hilarious. Okay. I think I set it up good.
Okay. All right. We'll see. Here we go.
Good evening. Is this available? Yes, it is. Please leave me alone. We are sleeping. No more contacting me. Appreciate you contacting me. Please stop contacting me now. I will contact Attorney General. You know that's how.
Thanks. I like it.
Hilarious.
I think that guy's awesome. I think you won. Good evening. Is this available? It is.
Yeah, it's an ad for like an Airbnb, and somebody's contacting. Good evening. Is this available? Yes, it is. Please leave me alone. We are sleeping. Play it again. It's so good. Play it again.
Okay. Let me go back to everything here. Yeah. Here we go.
Good evening. Is this available? Yes, it is. Please leave me alone. We are sleeping. No more contacting me. Appreciate you contacting me. I know I'm no longer interested. Please stop contacting me now. I will contact Attorney General. You know that's how.
Thanks. Okay, all right. Since I won, get ready for Internet Drama Part 2. Okay.
Okay.
Just a conversation.
Send it. Internet.
I just sent it.
Part 2. Okay. Here
Part
we go.
2.
Oh, Caroline, oh, keep my name out of yours in my She stole my broccoli, cast her a recipe 8 years ago. And claimed it was hers. No, you're not talking about it. Might be from Carolyn. No, she a crazy lady. She's a rotten recipe stealing bitch. Doris. Careful who your friends are. Caroline.
This is awesome. I love this guy.
Keep my name out of yours in my She stole my broccoli, cast her a recipe.
Claimed it was hers.
No, you're not. It might be from Carolyn. No, she a crazy lady.
Spelled it wrong.
She's a rotten bitch. Doris. Careful who your friends are.
He just takes real conversations that he sees people have on Facebook, and then he makes a song on it. That's a real conversation.
I'm crying. Oh, Fantasy Millionaires are broken. Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Oh man, holy smokes! I love it. Yeah, you definitely win 3 tweets. That was great. I'll save the one that I'm going to use next week. It's the one I sent you with my father-in-law's zucchinis. I can't wait to put that one out there. That's next time though, Steve. You have to wait. This has been a great show. It's been great to see you, my friend. It's been 2 weeks since we've gotten, or 3 weeks, I think. So we've been off a week, or this is whatever it is. It's been too long. I love you. Appreciate you. This has been great. I'm literally crying right now. I've got water all. I like that she stole the casserole recipe. What an evil bitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is perfect. Please do check us out, myself and my friend, Mr. Mike Collins. This is him right here. You can go check him out. He is the Ralph Macho on the Twitters. And I love it. He's got one of the best intros ever. And my guy, Denny Carter, just realized it 12 years after he wrote the intro. Here's what it says, or maybe 11 years. I'm the most macho dude you're ever going to meet on the streets. I love gats, baseball bats, and fat stacks of cash. And I look like Eddie Vedder. Hashtag Eddie Vedder. I love that, man. This is one of the best intros ever. So go do give my friend, my partner, the Ralph Macho. Don't call him Ralph. His name is Mike Collins. A follow over on Twitter. And then you can follow me too. If you don't follow me, I'm around here somewhere. I don't know where I am, but you can find me. I'm Nimble W Numbers on Twitter. I think I'm in here somewhere. I don't know where I am. You'll find me though. Oh, here I am. Yeah, that's me. And this is my new Scott Fishbowl avatar. If you're wondering why it looks like a Pink Floyd, the wall thing. I'm in the Pink Floyd division. Shout out Pink Floyd. Shout out Rotobahn, all my friends over there. Appreciate you guys. Please do, if you're not already involved in Scott Fish, do go sign up for next year's Scott Fish. Mike, if you keep signing up, he will eventually put you in the Scott Fish Bowl. I promise. And if you're not in it, you can also donate to Fantasy Carries. Always a great opportunity to help out kids in need. And my choice for donating is to Hope for Henry. We love Hope for Henry here in the Simpson family. They've been with us the last year and a half. London's been facing her leukemia. We appreciate them. And shout out my wife, Rose. She is going to go on, I think, national television on Wednesday. I'm not sure where it's going to be aired yet. We're my wife, she's part of the campaign for Hope for Henry to bring it national to everybody, to all the hospitals. It's a great program that gives pediatric cancer patients access to toys and Henry bucks and ways to incentivize earning different prizes and things as they go through a really hard time. They give people hope and encouragement, and we're really excited to be blessed by them and then have my wife be able to partner and work with them. If just amazing. And so shout out Hope for Henry. I'll be donating, myself and my kids will be donating to Hope for Henry for our Scott Fish Bowl donations this year. So everybody can keep a lookout for that. And we'll be publicizing it, let everyone know where they can sign up to do that as well. Please go and patron my friend Bo McBigtime over at your bigtimeflavorco.com. All the yummy hot sauces you can imagine are over there. The hot box is my favorite. And then also go do patronize Underdog. I'm actually drafting right this second. I've got a draft up right now. And I just took my boy Aaron Rodgers in the 11th round. He is getting faded. 10th round. It's getting faded. I had to get him again. So please go check out Underdog. We'll be on there tomorrow. Mike and I will be on there. Anytime you want, throw me a tournament. I'll jump in with you. A league. I'll do it every day. $10, $5, $3. I don't care. Appreciate you all. Anything else, Mike? Anything else we got to pump? Anything else coming up?
Oh man, it's time. It's football from here on in. Let's do it. We'll be back next Monday. We'll start looking at the next set of rounds and talking about the players.
We'll be talking about it as it comes up, and as training camp hits, we'll have all of your latest breaking news and things that you want to get on top of. And then also, I think my friend Adam Peltier over at the Sports Gambling Podcast Network just let me know that my latest article has been published over there, and it is all about best ball. It's all about Underdog. It's all about kind of the 101 about best ball for folks who are new. It's not as popular yet, as other fantasy forums, whether it's Redraft, Dynasty, DFS, trying to get people out there. And like you said, Underdog is the best way to do it. It's smooth. The operations are clear and succinct. They give you warnings when your pick is coming. They have notifications. It's easy to play. I love it. Really interfaces well with the computer and with the phone. So please go check them out. And I'll put out this at Sports Gambling Podcast Network article tomorrow as well. So check that out. It just gives you the nuts and bolts. And if you go sign up, you get a free $25. Honestly, I think I just might have to start paying people $10 to go sign up, because I'll at least get, $20 from that. It'd make a little bit of cash just selling free memberships. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But go check out Underdog, folks. Use code name Nimble. It'd be great. I think that's it. I think that's all we have for today. Anything else?
Nope. Just peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace and love. I like it. And then I'm going to hit the drops, right? And then we go.
Yep. Hit them droppies.
Ah, yes. Well, I got to turn them on to hit the drops. So we'll do that first. That's always important. And let's see.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com, or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stock, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit them online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.